Hello my motor enthusiasts. Today's spotlight shines on a rising star in Formula 1, young Oliver Bearman. You're tuned into F1 Motor Fever podcast.
Hello Enzo, quite the story with Bearman stepping in for Ferrari in Saudi Arabia, isn't it?
Absolutely, William. From Formula 2 straight to a points finish in his Formula 1 debut. It's the stuff of dreams.
And now he's set for FP1 sessions with Haas. That must be stirring up quite the buzz.
Indeed, it's his golden chance to showcase his prowess. Remember, he's still juggling duties in Formula 2 where he's currently positioned
19th, right? That's a tough spot to fight back from.
True, but Bearman seems unfazed. He's got his eyes set on proving his mettle in both arenas.
It's not just about setting the fastest lap but also about racing well. That's what Formula 1 demands, correct?
Spot on, William. It's all about consistency and racing smarts. Bearman's journey this season will be one to watch closely. Hello my motor enthusiasts. This is Enzo steering the conversation today.
And you're joined by William today.
Absolutely, and we're here to fuel your passion for all things racing on F1 Motor Fever podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to keep up with the latest tracks and turns in Formula 1. Full throttle. Diving back into the world of Formula 1, Oliver Bearman's eagerness to return to the grid is quite palpable following his stunning debut in Saudi Arabia. Now, as he preps for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, he's got a lineup of 6 FP1 sessions with Haas this year.
That's a significant step up. Could you elaborate on the kind of impact these practice sessions might have for a young driver like him?
Certainly. These FP1 outings are not just about logging laps. They're a platform for young drivers to demonstrate their adaptability, technical feedback, and quick learning curve, under the watchful eyes of the world's best teams. Take George Russell for instance, his performances during practice sessions were crucial in securing his seat with Mercedes.
Interesting comparison there. How does Bearman view these shifts between Formula 2 and Formula 1?
He described his move back to Formula 2 as returning home after a taste of the high life in Formula 1. Such experiences can be a motivational booster. They push him to prove that he's ready to compete at the highest level permanently.
Does he feel ready to step in again if needed, say if another driver receives a race ban?
Indeed, he's prepared to jump back in at a moment's notice. Acting as a substitute isn't always ideal, but it's an opportunity that he's willing to seize. This readiness and flexibility could make a significant difference in how teams view his potential for a full-time seat.
It sounds like the road ahead is both challenging and exciting for Bearman.
Absolutely, every stint in the car is a chance to shine, and with his determination, the track to Formula 1 might just become a well-trodden path for him. Let's keep an eye on how he handles the twists and turns of this season. Moving over to Bearman's plans, he's not only poised as a reserve for Ferrari in Canada but holds the same role for Haas. He's quite firm about his readiness to take on the challenge, as demonstrated in Saudi. The opportunity to jump into a race, albeit under unplanned circumstances, is something he's more than willing to embrace.
Didn't quite catch that, what did you mean? Could you elaborate?
Absolutely. Bearman's dual role as a reserve for both Ferrari and Haas means he needs to be on his toes, ready to step in should the need arise. His attitude is quite proactive, he's not just waiting around, he's actively preparing and showcasing his readiness to compete at the highest level.
That sounds like a balancing act, juggling duties for 2 teams.
It is indeed. And amidst all this, there's ongoing speculation about next year's driver lineup. Bearman is quite clear that he sees his FP1 sessions as crucial opportunities to prove he deserves a more permanent seat, perhaps even in 2025. But he's also realistic, acknowledging that a seat at the table isn't guaranteed just by availability, it's earned through consistent performance in F2 and during these FP1 sessions.
How's he managing with the pressures of both F2 and his Formula 1 prospects?
It's a tightrope walk. Remember, stepping in for Sainz in Jeddah meant he had to miss an F2 race, a race where he was supposed to start from pole. This obviously impacted his standings in the F2 championship. Yet, Bearman maintains a 50-50 focus, equal parts dedicated to excelling in Formula 2 and seizing every chance in his Formula 1 appearances to showcase his skills.
It seems like navigating these 2 worlds requires not just skill but considerable mental fortitude.
Exactly, and that's what makes his journey so fascinating. The balance between seizing immediate opportunities in Formula 1 and maintaining a trajectory in Formula 2 is delicate but essential. It's not solely about speed, but about strategic career moves and demonstrating versatility across different racing formats. As we edge closer to the weekend, all eyes will be on the FIA Thursday press conference at Emilia Romagna. It's a pivotal moment where drivers and teams lay out their strategies and expectations for the race ahead.
It's always a crucial part of the race weekend, isn't it? Sets the tone for what's to come.
Absolutely. It's not just about the race tactics, it's also a window into the minds of the teams and drivers. For someone like Bearman, these events are invaluable. They're not just about answering questions, they're about signaling to the powers that be in Formula One that he's not just passing through. He's here to make an impact, to show that he's absorbing this high-pressure environment and is ready for more.
And with the kind of season we're seeing, every bit of exposure counts, doesn't it?
Indeed, it does. Each appearance, each session on the track, each interaction with the media, it all builds a profile, a case for why he should be considered a serious contender for more permanent roles in the future. William, what's the word on the street, internet-wise?
Right, listen to this. Arato on motorsport.com said, quote, K-Mag, the fact that I'm at risk of a race ban for driving outside some white lines on a piece of tarmac, I don't know if that is right, unquote.
Kicking up a bit of a storm, isn't he?
Indeed. I've found some rather spirited responses to that comment. First up, E&C Coffee remarked, quote, Ima do it again, kinda energy, unquote.
Sounds like he's not too bothered about the potential consequences.
Not at all. Then there's a trail here. The Blue Tea said, quote, he did some white lines before making this comment, unquote. And Michaela added, quote, his car on rails, unquote.
A bit cheeky, that.
It gets better. Michaela also said, quote, racing line after racing line, unquote. Following up, he quipped, quote, definitely not avoiding the bumps on the curbs, unquote.
Blimey, the language here's a bit ripe. If I read all that out, we might lose our sponsors.
I'll tone it down a bit then. Now, Elsie said, quote, he shouldn't. He did it for his team, yet his team reacted as if he had murdered someone, unquote.
That's quite a comparison. Seems the fans have mixed feelings about the enforcement of these racing rules.
Precisely. Then there's Mr. Pogo from the UK, supports the rules, saying, quote, the sport is basically all about driving as fast as you can while staying between the white lines, unquote.
Simple when you put it like that.
And Pablo S. Panda agreed with him, adding, quote, yeah, that's what you pay to do, man, unquote.
Indeed. Seems like a lively debate as always. Thanks for that, William. It's always good to hear what the fans are thinking, straight from the horse's mouth, or should I say, from the keyboard warriors.
Absolutely, fuel for thought, if nothing else.
Thanks for tuning into F1 Motor Fever podcast today. We've had a riveting discussion about the implications of race regulations and the vibrant opinions of fans across the globe. It's been fantastic having you join us for this ride. Please, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our discussions. Your support means the world to us. Feel free to share our content with your friends on social media or even during a casual chat.
And while you're at it, why not drop us a comment or like? Tell us what you think, or just say hi. We love hearing from you. And remember, we're here spinning these episodes out daily, so there's always something fresh on the horizon.
Indeed, and we're excited for what's coming up next. Although it's under wraps for now, believe me when I say, it's something you won't want to miss. Thank you once again for being such a brilliant audience.
Absolutely, your energy and engagement drive us forward. Looking forward to having you with us in the next one.
Pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road, our channel's content is pure gold.